welcome to Drink Along with Mike.
I mean, it's Drink Along with Byron. You're the one drinking.
That's true, but you're the one who says your name in the third person, so therefore they have to drink. I just do it whenever I want.
I mean, it's a fair point, I suppose. To get to the technical side of things, the second round of the 3D Speed Series by ESR from Laguna Seca, an absolute disaster of a racetrack. And I mean that in all the nicest ways possible. It's in the middle of the California desert, and it's really hard to pass. And we get some weird winners out of this. Like, for example, this is the racetrack that Mark Clabsoul actually has 2 victories at.
That seems weird. I am looking at the track layout. It seems like somebody really liked dinosaurs as a kid.
Well, you're going to get a treat when we go for what is called the corkscrew turn. It is, I think just visually, it proves how difficult it is without even trying to drive through it. It becomes very obvious. I'll point that out when we see a scene of it. Speaking of which, actually, this is it here.
That looks pretty cool.
Looks like a water slide. This is Richard Higgs we're riding on board with. He missed the Bathurst round, but he is here for this round. Good to see Mr. Higgs on the grid. Not repping the crap racing car this season. We have a field of 29 cars. You can see the grid right there on the pole position. Is there really a shock when Mike Stofmeel puts a Mustang on pole? I don't know. I don't honestly know.
It doesn't actually have suspension being an American car, so it is kind of interesting.
Josiah Jerome, Martin Lauer, and Ariel Zatoni's Audis, followed by Riz Gonz in the BMW, Nick Peterson, Nils Balkic, top Silver Cup qualifier, Paul Riccobene, Simeon Neku is back! Yeah! Mike
Simeon, as you've never seen on him before.
Yeah, Mike Jeffries, Zoltan Kalmandi, Gerardo Del Vea, Justin Swan, Michael Magus, Rick Martel doing a good job there, Johnny Major, and that's where we're going to be cut off. We have a quick 2-minute warm-up. Byron, do you have any predictions for this?
I think that there's going to be some people who drive around, and then things will probably happen.
It's a solid prediction.
I think so.
I'd say that's like a negative 1,600 bet.
And at some point, Josiah Jerome's gaffer-taped shenanigans is going to tilt slightly to the left and right at the same time.
I actually think he was complaining at one point during practice that his screen was falling over again. So that could have been an interesting thing if it happened during the race.
I am interested.
Anyways, there is Mr. Josiah Jerome, and behind him in the black and yellow car is, of course, Michael Magus. Tie Cats for life, baby.
Drink.
I, of course, will be creating a new series on BattleTech, which will have the Hamilton Tie Cat logo as my mercenary company logo, so that'll be fun.
Is that the Brown Pants Legion?
Nope. Brown Pants Legion is amazing, though.
Don't lie to the people.
It's not as good as Black Pants Legion, but I mean, it's there. As we near the end of the warm-up here, as everyone gets a feel for the full car, the changing time. By the way, does this not look exceedingly dark for an afternoon race in California?
I would agree, but maybe it's just all of the tire smoke.
Some very angry clouds above the circuit, actually. And there, of course, is the Thundernuts car of Ford Mustang-powered Mike Stofmeel, who will be starting from the pole position. Mike Stofmeel, only 10th in the championship coming into today. You'd have to think that that's going to change a little bit with him being on pole.
One would assume.
Josiah Jerome with a lovely twirl into the sand trap. Very nice. Notable absentees from this race are championship contender Stephen Cross, and also Eric Friesen is missing from the grid.
He's been freezed off.
And of course, perhaps the most notable absence, and because he's not going to be attending any more races this season, is of course Mark Clabsoul.
What?
He has been handed the banhammer, and that's all.
Is it because he's a giant douche canoe?
It's really the only way to get the banhammer.
Amazing.
Just gonna say this. Paul Riccobene's car appears to already have damage. That's kind of impressive, seeing as the race has not started yet.
It's heavily customized. That's what that is.
Just looks like his car is already messed up on the front end. Who are we waiting for? We are waiting for whoever is starting from P6.
Probably.
That was Nick Peterson.
It's probably Mike Magus playing Mech Warrior again.
Nah, it was Nick Peterson. And Martin Lauer back on the grid, by the way. Familiar face. And they are off, and we ride with KFC car. Tony as we head into the Andretti hairpin. Third in the race, we're second place in 15 minutes after this with a reverse grid. Riz Gonz trying to make a move on Ariel Zatoni, and it does not work. I can see in the background there. Nils Baukage has got a really good start. He was up to 6th there for a bit. But the man who's on a charge is Simeon Naku, up from 9th to 5th already in the old school Z06 Corvette. That is an old car, but still one that has a lot of competitiveness to it. He is battling with the BMW of Riz Gonz. Well, then, are you saying that Simeon Naku is just superior?
I would like to believe perhaps he is cheating.
It's because he's Eastern European.
I'm only kidding. Don't get mad.
They head into the corkscrew for the first time. It is the Mustang leading 3 Audis, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, followed by the Corvette, BMW, Audi, McLaren in the top 10 with Zoltan. Oh, hello. Joined. Guillermo Martinez and Justin Swan had a bit of an issue there. They are off the track and will be losing a lot of positions. That's unfortunate for the driver. Something has happened to Nick Pearson at some point because he's back down in 20th position. He started P6, making his way into 18th there. So definitely problems for Nick Peterson here in the opening lap. Something to forget. Paul Riccobene on the tail of Riz Gonz in a battle for 6th place. Top silver car is actually Zoltan Kalmandi at the moment in 8th place there. So don't mess with Zoltan. He is having a good start.
He will fire the photon torpedoes.
Martin Lauer on the tail of Josiah Jerome in the battle for top Audi supremacy. The Audi's doing very well here, but it is the Mustang that leads the way.
More Stang. There's more Stang coming.
I don't know if more Stang is the answer to any of them. Well, whoa, Josiah Jerome going to explore the desert on a horse with no name. Let's see where he rejoins. Looks like he's rejoined in 7th place behind Paul Riccobene. Oh, another notable absent from today's grid is Joe Racer. As Ariel Zatoni goes off. I just jinxed the Audis by saying they were doing well. Two of them just went flying.
How dare you, sir?
Bringing up the rear at the moment is John Peach, Tobias Howard, Justin Swan, and Justin Kratz, Dixon Hurst, and Jean-Simon Genard. Rick Martel with early problems. He's dropped down to 23rd place ahead of Leonard BB. I'm going to make fun of you until you change your name.
Leonard BB. I like how the KFC card just says, on the side.
Paul Riccobene trying to get up into 4th place here in a battle with Riz Gonz, the championship leader in the BMW. BMW, not a popular car, I can say that. As there is only one in the entire field. But Caleb making it work. Caleb, Riz, let me know when you've decided on the name. Because he keeps going back and forth between Race App and Racing.
We're going to start calling him Slippery Giuseppe.
Giuseppe Gonzalez, or just Slippery.
We're going to call him Nameless Pete.
Nameless Pete, that's a sign.
There's a rule in one of my older D&D groups. If you didn't have a name for your character by the end of the first session, your character was permanently named Nameless Pete.
Both Mustangs, by the way, running in the top 10 as Gerardo Del Vea has gotten into 10th place there. And the battle between the Silver Cup champion team VIP Racing, the battle between Johnny Major and, of course, Mike Jeffries. Further up, Simeon Naku's up to 3rd place, Byron. A really solid day.
He's cheating.
Doing a fantastic job there.
He's the reason all those errors are showing up on Discord. Running all the bots.
No, it's a problem.
It's all the bots he's running.
All the bots he's running.
Steering bots.
Paul Riccobene of Project Velocity putting pressure on. Riz Gonz trying to get past the championship leader. He has Ariel Zatoni and Josiah Jerome behind him. They are, of course, the ones that went off earlier on. Battle for the lead of the Silver Cup in this race. Zoltan Kalmandi versus Nils Baukic. Gotta say, that is still my favorite Porsche there. The Iron Force by Ring Police Porsche.
It sounds like a hell of a name.
They have Gerardo Del Vea for company, and Yevgeny Lazarenko's up to 11th place, so he's having a pretty solid outing ahead of Leslie Stokes, Mike Jeffries, Shawnee Major, Michael Magus, Nick Peterson, Reynaldo Tavares, Richard Higgs, Wayne Hutchinson, and Wayne Medeiros. There's your top 20.
Was it like Yancey Medeiros?
We've had this discussion before. I don't know. Do we have anything new to bring to the table on that?
No, I just kind of wanted to call them Fancy Pants. Which is the wrong nickname for the wrong fighter.
I know, it's Lyle Beerball. But by the way, speaking of MMA, did you see Colby Covington's maybe worst ever trash talk known to mankind?
You mean is it worse than Conor McGuggenheim?
No, it's worse. No, it's worse. It's worse. I guarantee you it's worse. So today's Colby Covington line is that in his attempts to make us care about his fight with Kamaru Usman, he is claiming that Kamaru Usman ducking him is what killed Glenn Robinson, who is the former manager of Kamaru Usman.
What?
That is his claim.
I don't understand, nor do I care to.
Paul Riccobene struggling here as Ariel Zatoni's looking to get past him. They got trading a little bit of paint. And they went through the kink and now into the corkscrew. Corkscrew is not normally an overtaking area, and it will not be in this case. So I am correct on this.
Indeed.
Mike Stofmeel disappearing into this in 6 seconds, 5.5 seconds ahead of Mark Naku, Gonz, Riccobene, Zatoni, Jerome, Kalmandi, Baukic, and Del Vea. More top 10, and they've been in the top 10 for a while. I need to work on my settings for the recording. As you can see, it's a little choppy.
If I were you, I would just put 5 or 6 more video cards in the case there.
I mean, if only they would fit.
Sounds like you need to brush up on your soldering skills.
Nils Baukic making a move there into the top spot in the Silver Cup as he gets around Zoltan Kalmandi. That's for 8th position. Number 1 in the Silver Cup. Man on the charge is John Picha, actually. He's up from last to 25th. So he's doing quite a good job there as Reynaldo Tavares is falling way off the pace. I suspect he might be out of this race.
I just figured out that Andy Blade's not racing in this because I looked at 13th place and he's not there.
Well, in fairness, that logic would not work because Paul Riccobene's not in 7th.
Maybe.
He is defending 5th. Although, I mean, he may be in 7th in not too long, to be honest. Looks like Ariel Zatoni and Josiah Jerome have got the pace advantage on him. They just have to find their way around him. Riz Gonz still battling with Simeon and Naku there. You can see Martin Lauer in the distance. I think that's Martin Lauer anyways.
He's going in Gonz blazing.
Indeed. Simeon Naku might be the cork in the bottle here, though, as he is under immense pressure in this train, pulling the role of Jarno Trulli at the moment. I think we'll probably be getting a lot of this battle on screens for the remainder of this race. We still have 20 minutes to go, so not even a third of the way home. Gerardo Del Vea looking to get past Zoltan Kalmandi, and that's Yevgeny Lazarenko in the background, and in the yellow FIFA Mercedes, that's Wesley Stokes.
So they take one of these races and then just add a shitload of pew-pew lasers to, like, everything, as if they're having dogfights.
That would be interesting.
Pew, 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 pew.
Meantime, Del Vea did get around Kalmandi, who was very slow off the corner there, and is probably going to lose another spot there to Lazarenko. So this race quickly turning against the McLaren driver from Hungary, Zoltan Kalmandi, sliding back in the pack. I guess the racers have not heard the saying, "Don't mess with Zoltan."
That would seem to be correct, because quite frankly, if you're messing with Zoltan, don't.
That is generally how that works.
Correct.
Just trying to see if anyone's on a charge through the field here, if I can give a little kudos out. Dixon Hurst is up to 22nd place, so he's having a pretty solid outing at the moment in the rather unmeta Ford GT car for Flying Beaver Racing.
What about Holler and Parakeet Racing?
Holler and Parakeet Racing? That would be interesting. That's a good name. I still say the best name is the one that I came up with for LAGUNA SECA, which is 1-800-GOT-BUMPA.
What about 423 Get Fam?
Ooh, 423 Get Fam. Oh, that'd be good. Someone was off there ahead of this battle. I think that's a lapped car that they're coming up to. And indeed, that appears to be either Tobias Howard or Justin Kratz. I think that is Tobias Howard.
No. Toby, why? Why have you done this to us?
Toby having a little bit of rough races. This is definitely one of the more challenging tracks you're going to find. Really short, but between the corkscrew, the kink, the Andretti hairpin, there's a lot to get wrong on this track. It's just all there's to it.
I vote that we have it all destroyed and made it straight line.
So a drag strip.
Yes.
I'll pass on that.
Lame. First you complain about things. I offer solutions. No, nothing.
It's not a solution. They're coming up to lap Justin Kratz actually as well, so that would be the second member of that team. Paul Riccobene, a little bit of contact in the background with Ariel Zatoni. Zatoni trying to muscle his way through into 6th place. We are on board with Paul Riccobene, defending Zero champion, which is, of course, now the 3D Speed Series. They may be coming up to Justin Kratz in a very inconvenient spot, but it looks like he is going to get out of the way nicely, so that
Justin
is
Kratz, Justin Kratz. Sorry, what?
Continue.
I was making my own beats.
As Paul Riccobene is now on the tail of Ariel Zatoni. Josiah Jerome is still in the mix there, and that is the Ford GT of Jean-Simon Chenard out there in a little bit in the sand, having a bit of a rough time as he falls down the lap.
I don't know what this mother's waxing thing has to do with anything, but I'm interested.
In the meantime, Zoltan Kalmandi continues to slip back in the pack. He's now lost spots to Wesley Stokes and to Mike Jeffries there in the Team Zack Speed Mobile Oil Racing machine. Paul Riccobene putting that pressure on Ariel Zatoni, trying to get back past the KFC car, but he may find it a little bit too greasy for his desires.
Whatever happened to that Mike Markville?
Don't know. That's a legit question. He did contact me a while ago, talked about maybe coming back. Not heard any finalized plans to return, unfortunately.
Hell yeah, brother. I always like making fun of both of his first names.
Mm-hmm. We miss you, Mike. Pressure continues. Yeah, I'd say actually the pressure's eased off a little bit. Tony's created some daylight. Johnny Major trying to follow his teammate through on Zoltan Kalmandi as they put a lap on, that is, I believe, Justin Kratz and Jean-Simon Chenard in the background. Now down a lap. Looks like Jean-Simon might actually be missing some of his front aero work, so that's probably less than ideal for the Ford driver. Of course, he is racing a Ford, so
We'll have to have him destroyed.
Admittedly, it's the Ford that supposedly has a suspension, but I'm skeptical.
Hey, whatever happened to that Benny fellow?
That's another mystery. I think honestly that the time probably doesn't line up well for him. He is a West Coaster, and this is sort of relatively early in the evening for him.
Benny? I thought Benny was from East Coast.
I thought he was a West Coaster. I could be
racist.
That's geographist, sir.
Hashtag Mike's a racist.
Wrong kind of racing. Wrong kind of bigot.
Oh, I thought it was just involved racing.
Nah, it's always a pleasure racing with David. Benny, if you're watching this, come rejoin us, man.
Correct.
We got stuff on the weekends. If the Wednesday doesn't work, we got stuff on the weekends too. Yeah, we're missing a couple of the old school Zero racers. It's not terribly cool. Good to see Martin Lauer back on track, though.
You can come on back. It's safe now. Certain elements have been eliminated from the equation.
Certain elements, yes. Josiah Jerome.
Undesirables.
Josiah Jerome, Academy champion, shadowing Paul Riccobene, 0 champion. Battle for 6th place there. Gerardo Del Vea has gotten past Nils Baukic, as has Yevgeny Lazarenko. So they are up to 8th and 9th respectively. Wesley Stokes is under some good pressure here from Michael Jeffries. Mercedes on Mercedes fight. Johnny Major, by the way, has been seen off by Zoltan Kalmani, apparently, for the time being. Well, that is a very illy placed lapped car of John Picha. Paul Riccobene off the track, and that is going to cost him a spot to Josiah Jerome, who says, "Thanks, Teach. I'll take the spot."
Indeed.
I'll just casting my gaze down the order to see if anyone's in charge. Justin Swan's up to 21st place, so he's having a nice little recovery drive. Good for him. And further back, that's about all that we really can say. It looks like Guillermo Martinez might be out of the race. He's now 4 laps down in the next car. That usually suggests a DNF.
I see that Brad Tavares got knocked out again. Oh, sorry, that's Ryan Tavares?
Hinaldo.
Hinaldo Tavares.
Hinaldo Tavares.
My bad. Hinaldo Tavares.
Hinaldo Tavares is gonna ask yourself a question. Can he walk away from a man like Vinny Magalhaes?
Vinny Magalhaes. Literally the only thing Kenny has ever done in his life that was any good.
They got a couple of other skits that are actually pretty good.
Yeah, but that was the only one he did.
No, he's done a couple more with. He's done more.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in more with Hinach.
Hinach, Uncle Hinach.
He's actually he seems to actually have decent comedic chops when he has someone to play off of, but on his own, he's terrible.
He takes himself too seriously.
Yeah.
Including his talent level.
I finish fights, guys.
Yeah, his knee just exploded by accident, and I'm finishing this fight.
I mean, strictly speaking, he's not wrong, but...
Well, I would argue that he was, because he had no influence whatsoever on... Was it Yves Edwards or
Dean Thomas?
Dean Thomas. Sorry, I get those two confused a little bit. But, I mean, Dean Thomas took one step back and his knee went kerflooey.
Someone off the track there, that's Leonard BB, who's going down the lap.
He'll be known as Leonard Garcia until otherwise notified.
Actually, did you see the post Dean Thomas made about why him and Mike Thomas Brown are really good coaches?
Yeah, I did see that.
The whole, like, we have the same...
Our records are the same.
Yeah, our records are the same.
Beating up ass and just got
beating up ass,
enough. Got beaten just enough to know what doesn't work and beat a lot out of the ass.
Indeed. Well, Mike Thomas Brown's problem, I think, was just always adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
He would just, like, randomly gas out. So.
I think that would probably be my problem as well. Oh, God, I'm dead.
Mike Thomas, easily the weirdest career in MMA, Mike Thomas Brown.
Came out of nowhere, destroyed the fucking California kid. And then just kind of went up a little bit more, and then nothing else.
Yeah. Well, the high waterwork was my favorite fight. A little nudgy and a little bit of anger there from Ariel Zatoni, some flashing in the headlights.
Little nudgy scrapey.
Riz Gonz was trying to take 3rd place off of Simeon Naku, and that didn't work out terribly well, so big battle on for 3rd place. 1st and 2nd are more or less on their own. Martin Lauer is now 17 seconds behind the Mustang.
Rizzo Gonzalez.
Nils Baukic fighting still with Yevgeny Lazarenko. This is for top Porsche honors, so important place. Mike Jeffries in the background, then it's Wesley Stokes, Zoltan Kalmani, Johnny Major, Michael Magus, Wayne Hutchinson, Nick Peterson, Rick Martel, Richard Higgs, and Justin Swan into the top 20 in 20th place. Still the lowest ranked pro entry at the moment, Justin Swan. So that's a little embarrassing.
Well, I mean, that's because Rick Martel is so goddamn attractive.
And Nils Baukic has taken the spot off of Yevgeny Lazarenko, so top Porsche honors going to the Silver Cup driver at the moment, as well as the top Silver honors, because that is the highest ranking silver car driven by Nils Baukic.
haven't got to see. I don't think I got to see Rick Martel in this match yet. I'm assuming he's rocking the only livery that ever mattered.
Yes.
Excellent. The rest of you look foolish. Just to let you know.
He's doing pretty well there in 18th place, though, considering that I think he went down to the back of the pack early on. Definitely something happened, and has made a pretty decent recovery drive at this point.
Oh, flashy.
Yeah, that's a very impatient Yevgeny Lazarenko who would like to get past Noznak. Not really sure what the flashing is about, though, because to be honest, Balkic just recently passed Lazarenko, so there's you can't feel that he's being held up. In the meantime, Riz Gonz has lost a spot to Ariel Zatoni. Gonz is back down to 5th place, Zatoni into 4th.
Toby told him my plans. Get ahead of you and then slow down to about 5 kilometers an hour.
The brake check.
Hell yeah.
Nice shot there going through the kink, actually. I like that camera. That was just the auto director, so congratulations, auto director.
Kinky.
In the meantime, through the corkscrew we go. The BMW is still there. And, I said Balkic wasn't really holding up Lazarenko. I might be wrong on that because Mike Jeffries and Wesley Stokes are getting very, very close to this fight for 9th place. And it could, before long, become a 4-way scrap. And speaking of a scrap, this is a scrap. One of those cars is a lapped car, the Porsche that is off track there. So that's ignore him for the time being. We got a good scrap going on here for 3rd between Naku, Zatoni, Gonz, Jerome, and just a little bit off of it is Paul Riccobene. So hopefully Riccobene can get in there. He is a championship contender, and he would no doubt like to defend his title.
What's this about Jerome McGinley?
No. As they make their way through to put another lap on, I believe that is Jean-Simon Chenard in the black Ford. Definitely missing something off the front end of his car. I would have pondered a pit stop at some point.
Did you ever hear about what happened to Frankie Muniz, the Malcolm in the Middle kid?
Could you be more specific?
Well, I guess, got super rich off of the whole TV show thing, and then a couple of years down the line decided he wanted to take up racing, so he started
he was
driving races.
He was in Team Stargate World in Toyota Atlantis.
Yeah.
It's a really, really cool livery.
He has such brain damage and memory loss, he doesn't remember filming any of Malcolm in the Middle at all. So stick to sim racing, kids. Come on out and join the league.
Riz Gonz getting a little bit wide there. He loses a couple of spots there as Josiah Jerome and Paul Riccobene go through. That drops the championship leader down to 7. Definite damage there to the Mercedes of Wayne Medeiros. Also not being the most... let them through reasonably well, but it was looking like it might be a little ugly there on the blue flag scenario.
Then you get a purple flag.
But everyone gets it. That would be interesting. What would a purple flag mean in racing?
Just a blue flag, but more insistent.
In the commentary below, provide what a purple flag should be.
Pull over, goddammit! Pretty much what that means.
Racing while black. Nick Peterson putting the pressure on Michael Magus here, battle for 15th position. Nick is a little bit out of position. He qualified P6, so not a great race for him. And in the background there, you see the oddly shaped Ferrari knockoff of Wayne Hutchinson, which is not a dig at Wayne Hutchinson. I just hate that car.
Wayne, he thinks you're malformed.
Wesley Stokes trying to make a move on Michael Jeffries at the kink. Brave. Or wait, that was not the kink. This is the kink coming up here. So I was going to say brave but foolish, but
hey,
I was wrong.
Hey, no kink shame.
I will shame attempts to overtake at the kink all day long.
No. Verboten.
So after a bit of a journey, the Audis have retained their spots, actually going to 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th positions. So it's come right at the end for the German automaker, but it's kind of interesting there for a bit. Further back, it is still anyone on a charge? Anyone at all? Not really. Things are a little stagnant at the moment.
Rick Martel currently all the way up to 18th place.
He's been there a while.
That's the joke.
Not particularly close to anyone, but 11 seconds behind Wayne Hutchinson, about 9 seconds ahead of Richard Higgs. Michael Jeffries going for that reverse grid pole against Yevgeny Lazarenko, and that is Jean-Simon Chouinard ahead of them, as he will fall down another lap in the Ford GT.
Looking hard, flapping along.
And Josiah Jerome would really, really like... I think this might be his first Wednesday podium, if he can get it off the airless attack. Simeon Naku has ended up back in 7th place. Not sure what happened to him. Nick Peterson versus Michael Magus. Peterson with the outside-inside move and takes the position. Moving into 15th place.
They have to drink 5 times.
That is Dixon Hurst falling down the lap on the other front.
I thought I got a cream for that.
They do have a cream. It's just not strong enough cream.
Maximum effort.
Ooh, a little bit of bad behavior there under blue flag by Dixon Hurst. Gets out of the way now, but definitely had a bit of a moment there in the Andretti hairpin. And kind of cutting off Paul Riccobene. Dixon, talk to me. You may need to work on your blue flags.
He's been a naughty boy.
Just a little.
He needs a little correction.
There's a Porsche battle up ahead. Mike Jeffries still putting the pressure on Yevgeny Lazarenko for 10th place. That is reverse grade pole. It's a very key spot. You really would like a reverse grade pole here because it can produce some interesting winners.
I disagree.
I wouldn't say that guys like Mark Clapson when he was interesting. Or
not interesting, no.
Riz Gonz trying to get back into the top 5. His championship lead is going to take a hit off this, although his main rival, Stephen Cross, not here today. Unfortunately, was having some storms in his area and did not trust his power to stay up.
That's why you got to get yourself one of them universal cuffs. I mean, what it is, I can't remember what it's called. They have a thing, basically, that if it detects a power overload to the house, it just cuts all the power off rather than letting it nuke anything in the house. I don't know what it's called. They use it on Homes all the time because Mike Holmes is a god.
Mike Holmes is indeed a god.
I really hope that there's no scandal in his future.
I really enjoyed his appearance on Corner Gas. It was like the one episode I actually enjoyed.
I never watched it, so you're going to have to... I'll trust your judgment on that. I would probably enjoy just as many of those episodes as
Yevgeny Lazarenko going off the track there, and that has lost him reverse grid pole to Mike Jeffries. Wesley Stokes also through. Nice camera shot there, like that.
Disrupted his laser-like focus.
So the basic premise of Mike Holmes' appearance on Corner Gas was that the little lady who's married to the star... I don't remember her name. Anyways, she's a tiny lady. She's talking about the whole time that she had a boyfriend who was really into bathroom renovations and stuff. And then at the end of the episode, you get Mike Holmes is repairing the bathroom, and she's sitting there, and Mike Holmes is like, "So, what would it take?" She's like, "Not a million years, Mike." So it was actually probably the funniest moment of the show. Yevgeny Lazarenko gets into the back of Wesley Stokes. That is gonna hurt him further. That's promoted Johnny Major to 12th, Zoltan Kalmandi to 13th. Nick Peterson is through as well. Is he going to get passed by Michael Magus? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he has successfully rejoined in 15th position. Josiah Jerome still trying to get that podium off of Ariel Zatoni. We are running out of time. 1 minute and a quarter left, so about 2 laps maybe remaining in this race, depending on when Mike Stofmeel goes over the line to start the final. Oh, Josiah, no!
He's really gone over the line this time.
Josiah Jerome into the wall there. Hopefully his car is not overly damaged. Michael Magus under pressure from Wayne Hutchinson there in the Gillis Motors car. Rick Martell is behind these guys and is catching them just a little bit. That's not him in the background there. That's Leonard BB. He's down the lap. Wesley Stokes would like to get a shot at that first grid pole position against Mike Jeffries, but right now the silver Mercedes driver does have the position locked down, and time is running down. As you can see the very solid handling P45 in the hands of Wayne Hutchinson, but unfortunately that car is lacking in the grunt areas of acceleration and also top speed.
It is crack-a-lackin'.
Nils Baukic coming across the line to start what I believe will be his final lap. He is on the tail of Gerardo Del Valle, trying to get 8th place off of the Mexican Ford driver.
Si, Gerardo.
Yevgeny Lazarenko on the tail of Nick Peterson. They have both gotten past Zoltan Kalmandi, so Zoltan's had a moment. He slipped back to 15th position, so what could have been a really good result for Zoltan is kind of slipping away from him, though he does still rank 4th in the Silver Cup entries at the moment. And the 5th place man in the Silver Cup is this man, Mike Magus, who is leading Wayne Hutchinson at the moment.
Drake.
Checkered flag is out, so I'm thinking these cars are done. Again, if we get like a little checkered flag on the Nils Baukic still behind Gerardo Del Valle. Not sure if he's going for it. I think he's still going. This is definitely the end of the race, though, for Ariel Zatoni and Riz Gonz. So congratulations to Ariel Zatoni, solidly in podium position. Riz Gonz 4th for the championship leader. Simeon Naku has gotten around, it appears, Paul Riccobene. So that is good news. Nils Baukic getting around Gerardo Del Valle right at the end of the race here. That is for 8th place for the Silver Cup winner, Nils Baukic. That'll be a solid P3 for race 2. Could we see a silver winner between Mike Jeffries and Nils Baukic starting first? We'll have to find out.
This is possible. In other news, I turned my the cold pack that I had Velcro strapped to my chair. I grabbed it and turned it into the world's frostiest bib. It's pretty good.
Excellent work. Mikey Magus will hold off Wayne Hutchinson to the line. We ride with Jean-Simon Chenard. I guess the front of that car is actually intact. It was just looking damaged to me for some reason. But your winner with fastest lap and pole position, Mike Stofmeel, Martin Lauer, Ariel Tony, Riz Gonz, Simeon Naku, Paul Riccobene, Josiah Jerome, Nils Baukic, Gerardo Del Valle, Mike Jeffries, your top 10, followed by Wesley Stokes, Johnny Major, Nick Peterson, Yevgeny Lazarenko, Zoltan Kalmandi, Michael Magus, Wayne Hutchinson, Rick Martel, Richard Higgs, Justin Swan. That is your top 20. The top 10 reversed for race 2, and we going through the warm-up. You have anyone that you think is gonna shine here in race 2, Byron?
Well, I think I gotta probably vote for Rick Martel because he is very attractive, but I think that perhaps your best bet lays in Eric Friesen,
who is not even here.
That's how spectacular it's gonna be.
It's gonna warp in on a
with the run-in with the Porsche.
With the run-in, a Porsche with a folding chair status.
Just duct tape to the front.
Just duct tape to the front, yeah. Oh, the humanity. He's got a Mexican table.
Oh, God. Wait, a Mexican table is more hardcore or less hardcore than Japanese table?
You know what? It's a legitimate question at this point.
I don't have any
really,
proof one way or the other.
Like, at least the Japanese table is like strong style table, right? But it's predictable. It's going to be hard. Mm-hmm. The Mexican table, you just don't even know what's going to happen.
It is a little iffy. I will give you that. Maybe somebody just brought their mom's hardwood table from home.
Pretty bad.
What are we doing here?
That actually happened in a CZW fans bring the weapon match. Someone brought like this, like actually really nice hardwood dinner table. And yeah, Nick Gage got thrown through that, so I don't know.
Good old Nick Gage. You weird bastard.
There's really nothing good about Nick Gage.
Old Nick Gage.
By all accounts, Nick Gage is a son of a bitch and a psycho.
Fair enough. Good thing he's in pro wrestling.
Honestly, it's about the only place that he fits.
And the Bruiser Brody Career Achievement Award goes to Nick Gage.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, he's not dead yet, so...
Nobody's knifed him yet.
Yet.
Nobody's knifed him to death
yet. I mean, it's quite likely he may get killed by his own brother at some point. That'll be interesting.
Is there like legit problems there, or?
They're just both unstable individuals, and it wouldn't surprise me.
That seems perfectly fair.
Well, the good news about Josiah Jerome's late fallback is he's going to start from P4, so he's got a good chance to go. He's got Mike Jeffries, Gerardo Delvea in front of him, along with Nils Balkic. That's your top three. Rounding out the top five is Paul Riccobene for this track. So,
ooh, Paolo.
Indeed.
Paolo Riccobene, probably going to win the whole race.
And we'll have to see how far back the Mustang of Mike Stofmeel can come through from 10th on the grid.
10th.
All right, we got red lights. Red lights. This is a shorter race of just 15 minutes sprint race worth half the points of the other one. Top 20 will score points, and they are off. Looks like some varied starts going on here. Some guys getting really good starts. A couple of guys not great starts. Nils Balkic did not get off the line well. He is dropped behind Josiah Jerome. Gerardo Delvea got a fantastic start. He is up into first place, and Josiah Jerome up into second. Really good start from the second row of the grid with Simeon Naku again getting a great start. So that's Z06, very strong at the starts. Mike Jeffries having a bit of a moment there. He will lose third to Naku. Balkic and Paul Riccobene, fifth and sixth. Tony, Gonz, Stofmeel, Lauer. That is your top 10. And looks like a terrible start for Zoltan Kalmadi. He's back down to 23rd position, and a really good one for Wayne Medeiros. He's up in 16th place.
Mike Magnus currently in the end position.
13th position, that is the place to be.
I'm going to use my free hand. The chili bib is a little too chilly. I'm using my drinking hand to keep it off my chest.
Oh, that feels like just maybe not a tremendously well thought out.
Well, I mean, I didn't think it out at all.
Just confirming that. Mike Stofmeel, watch 2019. He's up to 8th place.
Yeah. He was seventh there a couple of times for a couple of half of a second. But Ariel Zatoni shut that shit down.
Yeah, probably got a little side by side with Ariel is would be my guess there. By the way, Ariel wants to get through here. He's got Paul Riccobene and Nils Balkic up ahead of him. Try to get through. Maybe gonna try and force a 3 wide. Riccobene overtakes Balkic to move into 5th position. Stofmeel in the mix there. Oh, Stofmeel out a bit wide, loses a spot to Riz Gonz. I think Martin Lauer might have a good one on him. So they're still coming through the field. Hard Charger Award. Definitely Wayne Medeiros right now, who's up to 16th place, having a really good race for the Brazilian. And Zoltan Kalmadi, I think, might be out of the race. He is shown in 28th position and quite a ways back. Oh no, Simeon loses control of the car and the front end of the car. That is less than ideal.
But I recommend not doing anything.
That would be ideal. I am no longer in the Andy Blade spot. In fact, I am in the top 10.
Oh my god.
That being said, I've got Nick Peterson on my tail, and that usually means that he's going to get past me. There he goes into the corkscrew, taking 10th place.
I'm not gonna lie, every time you say his name, all I think is Mickey Peterson, and therefore the movie Bronson.
I mean, it's a slightly odd connection, but
not really. It's just a 1 letter, 2 letters off.
That's true. You get a point there.
Brilliant. I loved it personally.
It was a really good movie. Josiah Jerome chasing Gerardo Delvea, and Mike Jeffries is behind him. Then it's Paul Riccobene, Nils Balkic. Mike Stofmeel up to 6th place ahead of Riz Gonz and Martin Lauer. Wesley Stokes is into 9th, so he's having a pretty good race. Nick Peterson 10th, Mike Magnus 11th, Yevgeny Lazarenko, Ariel Zatoni, Rick Martel in 14th, boss.
Your boy, Rick Martel on the comeback trail doing that shit.
Wayne Medeiros, John Peach having a really good race. 16th spot. Justin Swan, Simeon Naku, Richard Higgs, Johnny Major, Tobias Howard, Reinaldo Tavares, Wayne Hutchison, Justin Kratz, Dixon Hurst, Leonard Burke, and Jean-Simon Chenard for running cars. We believe we've lost the McLaren of Zoltan Kalmadi. It looks like Guillermo Martinez is not joining the grid. Oh no, Paul! Paul spins it in the corkscrew.
That's going to be really awkward for literally everybody that's going to crash into him.
Yeah. Looks like he's rejoined in 14th spot behind Rick Martel. But ahead of Wayne Medeiros. No, spoke too soon. Medeiros is through. In fact, Peach is through, McCool's through, Swan's through, Higgs is through, Major's through. Still dropping. Paul, come on, get back on track. Looks like we have maybe a connection glitch there. Someone is moving around in a manner that is not really possible. Nils Bauke just slid back a couple of spots down to 7th. He's lost out to Mike Stofmeel, Mike Jeffries, Riz Gonz, and Martin Lauer. We're now up there. Gerardo Del Vea still leading from Josiah Jerome, Mike Jeffries, Mike Stofmeel, and Riz Gonz are top 10. Stofmeel's on the charge, Byron.
Time to hit the nitros.
What is your beverage of choice today?
Today we're joined by Find Malt Liquor, Cold 45.
It should also be mentioned, Gerardo, I imply you to contact me about the name of your team. It might be advisable because I had a moment of coolness last night, and I have renamed your team RRS Fiesta Bill.
It should be RSS. The RSS Fiesta
Well, the RRS thing is his actual team name. I just
Fiesta Bill.
Him and Ariel named their teams the same thing, and they're not teammates, so I named one Enchilada and one Fiesta Vale.
Very nice.
Josiah Jerome is stuck it into the lead, and Mike Stofmeel's up in the 3rd, so, Del Vea fights back. Mustangs 1st and 3rd? This is insanity.
Yeah, I don't understand that at all. They clearly don't have suspension, so fuck.
Yeah, well, we thought the Mustang would not be very strong here, and then we forgot an important variable. Mike Stofmeel's at the wheel of one of them. I actually kind of wanted to change his team from Thundernuts to Thundercats Are Go. I mean, look at the freaking pad he's got on the side of that thing. But it fits so well. It fits so well.
Thundernuts.
Mike Jeffries losing spots to Riz Gonz and now to Martin Lauer. It's still the top silver entry, though, in 6th position. So having a good race. Nils Bauke, Wesley Stokes, Nick Peterson, and Evgeny Lazarenko in the top 10 at the moment. And there it is, the Mustang bread around the Audi sandwich. There we go. Can Stofmeel get the job done? Can he pull the double?
Spoiler alert, yes.
It's not a spoiler. You don't even know the result.
Spoiler alert. I don't need to know the result.
You don't need
to. Crashes. He's in the top. Listen, didn't he start in like 8th place?
10th place.
10th place. Yeah, it's taken him a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Right?
It's a Mustang 1-2 at Laguna Seca. I don't think anyone ever expected to see that.
I did. Through the power of bribery, all things are possible.
Gerardo Del Vea, Stofmeel, Jerome, Gonz, Lauer, Jeffries, Bauke, Stokes, Peterson, Lazarenko. That is your top 10. Further back, okay, it's maybe the top 10. No. Nah, it's just someone with an internet connection issue. Mike Magus 11th, Rick Martel 12th. The battle of the old school zero racers for 11th position. Ariel Zatoni having a bit of a rough race there in 13th. Wayne Medeiros still having a very solid one in 14th ahead of Simeon Naku, Justin Swan, Johnny Major, Paul Riccobene, Richard Higgs, and Tobias Howard's in the points. So go Toby.
Toby. Go Toby. It's your birthday. So the fact Tobias Howard actually suited him, he is actually Tosin Abasi.
Oh.
Which is probably not true at all.
Probably.
But one can make things up.
I hate to interrupt, but there was a Mustang side-by-side going on here. Stofmeel's going for it.
Yeah.
Can he get the job done? I don't know. I think Del Vea's got the grunt to keep him behind for the time being. Can he get that run into the Andretti hairpin? Looks like he might. Nope. Ducks it behind. Martin Lauer getting a little physical with Riz Gonz, though. So, and Josiah Jerome is just looking at those two Mustangs going, it would be too much to ask for you to take each other out.
It would be interesting.
Mike Stofmeel still in second place behind Gerardo Del Vea, still looking for a way around the Mustang. Just checking for Johnny Major and Justin Swan are having a good spat over 17th place. Kind of wish we could take a look at that. Interesting. Stofmeel looking to get the overtake done here, though heading into the corkscrew may not be an ideal location. Josiah Jerome still hanging on the back of the Mustangs. Can he make a move into the last section here? Going around the outside. This guy's setting up himself up nicely for the inside of the final turn. Turn 12. Can he get the job done? Can he get the better of the braking battle? I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
Little bumpy grind.
Mike Stofmeel. Oh, Del Vea got a nose ahead there, but we're heading into the Andretti hairpin inside line to Stofmeel. Can he get the job? Ooh, a little more contact. And Del Vea holding Stofmeel. Nope, Stofmeel's through.
Ding, 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 ding.
Del Vea's got one chance at this corner here, and it's not happening. Mike Stofmeel with authority takes the lead of the race.
He go. See, this is what happens when Dutch people aren't douchebags. They actually pay attention and learn how to
The gloves are off. He's not a member of the community anymore.
Correct. I don't have to hold anything back. Don't have to talk about it directly either.
We could just allude to
Martin
him.
giving him way more press than he deserves.
We could allude to him like the unknown driver.
Yeah, anybody in the future who listens to we'll never actually say his name ever again, but if you listen to commentary in the future and I make references to somebody, just send me a private message, I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, Nick Peterson moving up a spot there over Wesley Stokes into 8th position. Good run for Nick so far after a disappointing race 1. Josiah Jerome trying to get past. You know what? It's gonna be like the Eugene S. Robinson Conor McGregor thing.
What, that he did not have sex with Conor McGregor in the butt underneath?
No, that's the Colby Schneider thing. No.
Well, yeah, you could easily be the opposite.
Yeah, but no,
it wouldn't be true because apparently Conor McGregor is all about that bro tag.
Indeed. Well, Eugene Robinson refuses to say Conor's name, so whenever he references him in the If I Did It podcast, it's always that Irish sports star or anal rape. It has become his new running thing.
It's the good old Irish pastime of McGregoring.
Like Alexei Old, the host, will be like, Eugene, yes sir, you're Conor McGregor. Oh, you mean that Irish sports stuff.
I'm afraid I don't know who that is.
And he also refuses to answer any of the questions because the whole deal of the show is like MMA fighters getting PR advice sort of thing. And Eugene just goes, I have no PR advice for that Irish sports stuff. Josiah Jerome going into second place with a nifty little move there on Gerardo Del Vea. Riz Gonz trying to follow him through, but Gerardo will take the defensive line and hold on to third position for the time being. Riz Gonz in the mix there. Martin Lauer in the mix there. Nils Balkage and Mike Jeffries, by the way, still 6th and 7th for the Silver Cuppers. Having a really solid run here. Let's see if Martin Lauer can make it a double podium today.
Rick Martel holding down the Indy Blade position.
That is true. He's lost a spot to Ariel Zatoni.
Isotoners.
Paul Riccobene's coming through the grid nicely, actually. He's up to 14th after a stay-in as low as 21st. And Wayne Medeiros is starting to slip back, so he had a really good run going up as high as 14th, down to 18th now for Brazilian. Still a pretty good run, though. Not gonna lie. He's doing quite well. As one of the Porsches getting out of the way of some lap. Oh, contact between Del Vea. Del Vea and Gonz have contact, and that's given Martin Lauer that podium position that we talked about just a second ago.
Just like that movie First Contact?
Yeah, a little bit. Of the third cat. Wesley Stokes up to 5th. Yevgeny Lazarenko up to 8th. By the way, a silver copper is now in 4th position. Mike Jeffries after that contact and into the top 10. Briefly, Michael Magus. Gerardo Del Valle just took that away from him.
Gerardo, you insensitive bastard.
This is a big blow for Riz Gonz, though, down to 9th place now. He is the championship leader coming in today. I believe he still is after race 1. Had a reasonable result for BMW. And Evgeny Lazarenko continues to put the pressure on Wesley Stokes. Battle of 2 veterans here. Nick Peterson just ahead of them in the Audi.
Evgeny the Laceration Lazarenko.
Very good. That name just lends itself to a lot of different things.
There's a lot of laser things you can do. Evgeny the ill-tempered laser bass.
Oh, Riz Gonz has got some serious damage. The front of his car is gone as he loses a spot to Gerardo Del Valle.
It's weight saving.
Further back, that's Ariel Zatoni and Mike Magus having a struggle here, heading into the kink and then the corkscrew. There's a lot of pressure coming. Zatoni probably got the better pace. He outqualified Magus, outperformed him in race 1, was one of the top guys. Oh, but makes a mistake and locks the brakes up. And that is going to buy Mike Magus some breathing room there in 11th position.
Rick Martel back into Bladeland. Oh, he's up past Bladeland.
Zatoni slipping back to 14th behind Martel and Riccobene. Riccobene is in Bladeland. And the final corner of the track, Mike Magus making the move on Riz Gonz and takes 10th place.
Making it work.
Making it work against the really damaged BMW with Riz Gonz. Good job bringing that home in 11th. Ariel Zatoni and Paul Riccobene crossing the line there. That might explain why Wayne Medeiros started dropping back throughout the race. It appears he has lost his front end. Johnny Major looking to make a move here towards the end. Oh, Major couldn't get the job. Oh, maybe.
Seems like he's made a minor error.
Yeah, a little bit. Medeiros is going to hold the position there, 18th ahead of him. Wayne Hutchinson bringing home the last points, paying position 20th. A quiet and kind of let down race for Wayne, I must say. It was quite quick in race 1. Couldn't deliver here today, though. Also a very damaged car of Ronaldo Tavares coming across the line in 21st position. There is your results. Mike Stofmeel pulls the double from Josiah Jerome, Mark Lauer. Mike Jeffries, your silver winner. Nils Baukage, Nick Peterson, Wesley Stokes, Evgeny Lazarenko, Gerardo Del Valle, Mike Magus, Riz Gonz, Rick Martel, Paul Riccobene, Ariel Zatoni, Justin Swan, Simeon Nakhu, Richard Higgs, Wayne Medeiros, Johnny Major, Wayne Hutchinson are your scoring cars atop 20. Mike Stofmeel with the double here at Laguna Seca. And you can see the remainder of the cars there. Pretty entertaining races there, what would you say, Byron?
I would say that you were correct. We could use a little bit more Federicos, but beggars can't be choosers.
It is a shame that Federicos has indeed booked himself at this point.
I need some ridiculous stick-to-itiveness.
He had a really good name for his team too. He called it the Hellenic Slot Car Club.
Nice.
It was very nice.
He didn't call it Jason's Paddling Fools.
In his case, I think This Is Sparta would actually be a pretty effective one.
Correct.
Anyways, that is all for today. We will be heading to Spa-Francorchamps for the next round of the championship, and we may have the World Touring Car Series soon to commentate on. I'm not sure.
I believe it's the Galactic Touring Car thingy.
We are not the WWE.